Hey everybody, this is Crazy with Crazy Gaming, and today we're going to be playing JUNKPUNK. Now, I played the playtest of this game, and it was kind of fun. Early access is what I think they were calling it then, and I don't think they were calling it a playtest. I can't remember. It was fresh. It was new. I was kind of disappointed because of the lack of content, and I kind of spoke my feelings about that. I couldn't really interact with the devs, so I couldn't really give my opinion to them, but I did it in Steam, and then I ended up being blocked from the community. So I couldn't say I can't access their discussion section on Steam, which is fine. I get it. I was a little frustrated, and I kind of took it out on them. Probably was having a bad day. I can't remember. Maybe they'll find it in their hearts to forgive me and let me back in the forums after this. So today we're going to start a new game, and this is after the update and patch, and they have quite a bit more content in the game now, and it's really something. I'm pretty impressed. The content is no longer a problem. There's quite a bit to do now, and so we're going to start a new game and go through the quests, so to speak. I don't know what else to call them, so that we can complete the first tower and then head over to the new tower, Tower 2, and see what's new in the game. Now, I played this game for a couple of days to make my way into the new section and try it out, and it's really pretty cool. And so, but for my channel, I want to start a new game so everybody sees how to go from point A to point B and what to do and so on and so forth. So, we're going to start a new game. We're going to play normal. And hit the start button. So there's quite a bit of stuff that's been added and also been polished. The power system in the earlier version was actually, I think, better than the new one. That's really my only critique of the game in its current form. They've made now I understand that they've made it more simplistic, so there's not so much stuff involved. You get a power pole, you can connect up to 4 items onto it, using one of them as an input, and the other 3 is out. But I liked it better when I had a choice, because there was multiple items you could use to transfer power. But it's not that bad. It just the thing that I find unpleasant about it is that you end up with a whole bunch of spaghetti string type lines going to different things, and whereas the other one, everything was on one side and there was one output on the other side. So I mean, but I did use them and they did work, and the power system in itself is better in that you can set up one windmill for power and it will service 5 pieces of equipment. It has enough power to do that. It outputs enough power for that, which is kind of nice. You can also build a grid, which means multiple power poles with multiple windmills or solar arrays to make a grid and hook like whole factories on it and things like that in that nature. You'll see as we go. Anyways, this was the starting point in the previous as well. It looks a little more polished in here. Excuse me. We are a robot. This is a place to charge ourselves, only this one doesn't work. And it didn't in the previous either. These are data logs. If you step on them and then press E, you'll get messages and whatnot. I'm going to open them and leave them on the screen for a minute so that if you want to pause the game and read them, you can. I don't want to spend a lot of time on them. Like this one, for instance, explaining the controls and how to do stuff. This one is talking about NWR, and this is actually new. And if you look at our, when we get out of here, and you look down at the bar on the bottom, okay, this is talking about more stuff. You can go ahead and pause the game and read it if you'd like. It's more just informational about the situation. This one is telling us multiple resources detected on the planet's surface. These items can be used to craft and construct buildings. Multiple sites detected nearby. And that's talking about all this junk, this trash. And if we hit F, that activates our laser. And if we walk up and we look center top of my screen, it says it's scrap junk. As compared to this stuff over here, which is rubber tires, which I'm thinking is rubber junk. So you have different styles of junk that has different properties and different things that you will retrieve from them. Alright, so being that I played the game before, when I first played this game the first time, and it didn't look exactly like this actually. It actually looked a little bit different. I mean, you could see that there wasn't this high wall right here, and you could see quite a ways in the distance in this direction. But anyways, they made some changes. It looks nice. They polished it. It's a little more easier to move around, I guess. Anyway, I started a base down here last time, right just outside the door right there, which a lot of players did beginning of the game, but because I know what's happening with the game, I am not going to do that this time. I'm going to move all the way up. That is Tower 1, and that's our destination, and that's what we want to activate. And so, to do that, we're going to need to do a series of things to be able to do that by manufacturing parts and growing some plants. The plants take water, and the closest water source to us where we start is up here near the tower. So I'm going to build my base, my little base up here just for the beginning. So we're going to come up here. This area is, they did some work on the map, and they smoothed out and flattened out a bunch of areas. Things are a lot smoother, and it makes it easier to build on and stuff. Now, in the previous version, things were all kind of bumpy and rocky, and there wasn't really any flat, smooth places. And if they did have a flat, smooth place, it was very small, and so that was that. So what we're going to start off with right now is we need to make some materials so we can build some stuff. Now, if you look at the top left, it says calibration, search through the scrap for resources, and it's telling, these are like the little quests I was talking about. It wants me to find 30 scrap metal and 2 steel scrap. So this is rare metal junk. We're not going to look in that yet because we don't need that yet. We're going to go to regular scrap junk. I'm going to hold my left mouse button down and activate the laser, and I'm just going to move back and forth and collect as much as I can. And as you can see, I've already got the 30 scrap metal, and I've got 1 of 2 steel scrap. Doesn't take long. And I'm getting other things as well, as you will see in my inventory that I'll show you once we have. Okay, so we've completed that one. Now it's telling me to construct a crafting bench. Hit tab to open my menu. Now, as you can see, I have the difference between this and before was this whole thing is polished now, and it didn't look as nice as this, but we have 2 tabs. We have the scrap, and then we have the NWR. And the NWR is not available to us yet because I'm thinking that's a part of the second tower. So we go back to scrap, and now this, it opens up on base automatically. That's the first thing, and it's foundations and whatnot. I'm going to go ahead, if I look under player, there is the crafting bench they want me to do. This is a basic charging station we're going to need to get connected up to, but we'll deal with that later. Right now I'm going to build something to put the crafting bench on, and I'm thinking we're going to start right about, why not right here. I'm going to try to build a little 4x4 or 2x2 to start. Now that's another thing, these blocks are snapping a lot better. Plus you can rotate them by hitting R. Pretty much rotate them, which is kind of nice. Alright, so now I'm going to try and build my crafting bench. I'm going to place it right there. Now it's going to give me, it's going to tell me to build a number of items. 4 foundation, 1 pillar, 1 large wall, or 8 large walls, a 2x2 doorway, a roof, 4 roofs, and 1 small container. So let's go in here, let's do the container right now, get it over with. Boom, that's done. Wants 4 foundations, which are the smaller foundations, not the large foundations like I was just putting down. Before I do that, I need to turn my little lamp on, which is, a lot of people have been complaining about the light here. The light has changed now in this new version, that at night it gets so dark you can't really see much of anything. Inside an enclosed building is even worse, but outside it's pretty bad too. So I think they're working on that, and they may be updating that soon. I think they did a little bit of a tweak to it, but I think they are going to still try and do that. So I need to put these 4 small foundations down. So I'm going to hit tab, I'm going to go to base, and this is what we use, the big foundation. These are the regular foundation. That's what they need us to do. So we know that one of these is 4x4, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and that makes the size of a regular one of these large ones. And then I'll go over here, pick a large one, go right next to that one, and put it down. And that way we're not getting out of whack here. Alright, so we've got the foundations. We just need to put a pillar up and 8 large walls. So we'll take and do the pillar real quick, and I'm just going to set it, maybe, I don't have the materials. Let's see, what do we need? What are we missing? Steel scrap. So let's grab some more scrap. Hit F, activate the laser. We'll grab some more scrap metal. And in fact, we'll grab a whole bunch. Alright. Now let's see if we can do the pillar. You can. Alright, so just to get it done, we'll put it right there. Then I'm going to hit F, and I'm going to delete it because I don't want a pillar. And that's another thing that they've done. They've now made it so you don't need as much support. Like in the older game, everything you built that had a ceiling, you had to put down these beams or pillars to hold the weight, and I think they've removed that now, so you can build a roof that's floating and build it as long as you want. So that's where you can build a bigger building that you want without that becoming a factor, because it used to be kind of difficult. A good example is that we're going to need to get up there in the tower, and as you can see, the bridge is busted. So you have to build a way to get up there, which means we had to build foundations and then build stairs and then supports for the stairs and the floors that were connected to them as you wound and zigzagged your way up there. It was really something. It was kind of a pain in the butt. Now we don't have to do any of that, I don't think. Anyway, that being said, next on our list is the 8 large walls. here are the large walls, and so we'll put some down. I'm going to start on this side here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. That satisfies that. Now they want us to put a doorway down, so we'll just grab a 2x2 doorway and we'll put it right here. That satisfies that. And now it wants us to build 4 roofs. So I'm going to add another wall here. And then I'm going to go this way. Here are the roofs. I'm going to put one here, there, there, one more there. And that satisfies all that stuff. Next it's telling us to go up to the monolith, so we're going to run up there. Before we do, we're going to grab some more scrap metal, because I'm sure it's going to make us build something. Plus we're going to need all this area, because we're going to need to manufacture some other things. Set down some planters and stuff to grow the plants we're going to need to grow. And as I was talking about, we're picking up multiple items, not just scrap metal and steel scrap. We're also getting gears and cogs and other metals like gold. Although it's not plentiful, you will come across stuff like that in these piles. Surprised we haven't got a bucket yet. That was the big deal in the last one. In the first early release, just about every pile you did, you ended up with a bucket. So at a point, you reached a point where you just had like 10,000 buckets. It was crazy. Okay, so we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on that, because in this new update, we are going to be able to use an industrial laser. And that's going to be something we're going to focus on getting right away, because that's going to really, really help us get the materials that we're going to need to acquire to do that. So, that being said, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set down a foundation here, because, or at least a floor maybe. I don't know if it'll let me. No, I don't think it will. I need to do a foundation. Alright, so I'm going to rotate this thing. I'm going to put it right there. And the reason I'm doing that is because every time I came here to do my thing, I ended up having a problem. Is it gonna let me set the stairs up here? There we go. I ended up getting trapped in between these blocks right here, which made traveling kind of a pain in the butt. And so I'm not doing that again. Now let's see if this is gonna work. Looks like it's gonna. Let's rotate them so they're at least heading somewhat in that direction that we want. Now we're gonna do floors. And look at that, we're in. We spent like 30 minutes building something in the first version to get up here. It was insane.
Welcome LEAF unit.
This is new, the voice.
I have tried to connect with your systems. They appear to have been damaged in the crash. We are far behind schedule. We must recover this lost time as quickly as possible. I am PAL, a sentient AI tasked to restore this planet. Updating data log now. You require 2 keys. A biological key and a technology key. I must know you are capable of these tasks to justify the odds of mission success. You must enter these keys to activate atmospheric stabilization. After analyzing damage from the crash, I have been able to calculate a fix for communication with you throughout this mission. However, I am still unable to take control of your unit. Executing subroutine now. Connection successful. We now have planet-wide communications.
Oh, I'm going to change some settings on here on my audio because there are things that become overbearing and therefore it blocks my voice out. I'm going to lower this a little bit more. This is the sound effects. Now, if I wasn't doing a video, I wouldn't do that. The music is kind of cool for this game, but I don't know the copyright deals with it, so I'm not taking a chance. It can create a problem. And also, I'll be figuring out if that's going to be okay or not, because if it's not a problem with the update or with the upload of my video to YouTube as far as copyright, then I will be using the music. The music's kind of cool. I like it. Anyways, but some of the sound effects, like things running next to me and the wind and things, are really loud, and so I've turned that quite a bit down so as not to interfere with my voice. Anyways, that being said, this is Tower 1. We completed this all before, so we kind of have an idea of what's going on. For you guys that don't, walking up here, this is for the tech key. This is what it's telling us to complete first. Okay, so these are the items it wants us to manufacture or collect and bring up here. And it has a specific number for each item that we need to do. And so we're going to need to create some machines to manufacture some of that stuff. That being said, the second thing we'll be doing is I'm going to actually be doing both at the same time. So anyways, we need to grow these plants, and we need to supply this amount of gold bars and silicon or aluminum ingots and the gold ingots, as well as these 2 buckets, one with water and one with soil, and I need 6 of these each, and then all these plants, these 5 plants, and it's going to require me to grow 40 of them each. Now, it doesn't sound like that much, but it's quite a bit. But I'll make it look easy. And I don't know how far we're going to get on this episode, but I'm going to try to not run a 2-hour video. So first thing we want to do, like I said, my first goal is to get this. And to do that, we need a basic capacitor and basic processor. So I'm going to want to find some electronic scrap, because in the electronic scrap I should be able to maybe collect those items without having to manufacture them. Now I'm trying to remember where there are some electronic scrap. And I think it may be back the other way, on the other side of the... Oh, one item I forgot we need to do. I'm going to run up here, back up into the tower. We need to collect the seeds. Now, they only give you 2 of each seed at a time, each plant at a time. And so you have to keep running up and collecting seeds. And so starting this early and right off the bat is a good idea. And whenever you pass this way or whatever, run up and grab more. And we need to take the elevator up to do that. Oops, I missed it. My bad. Another thing they did is I'm on run all the time unless I hit my left shift. Left shift makes you walk. We want to run and get on the elevator. And then if you hit the left shift again, you go back to walking. And if you hit your left shift, it goes to run and it stays on. So it's a toggle. All right, so this is the seed generator. I want to interact. I'm going to push. Going to get closer. I'm going to push E to interact with it. There it is. Now I can collect. If I hit tab and open up my inventory, I can go over here, hit shift click, left click, and move those into my inventory. And as you can see, it's on a 5-minute time cycle for each time. So after you take them, it's 5 minutes. It's less than that for me because it's been running down. So I'm going to wait here for a minute or two so I can get the next two that come, set of two that come up. That'll give me 4 right off the bat of each plant. And you have to remember we have to grow 40 of these, so I need to do that 10 times. So I need 10 times that amount that we're going to take right now. And normally I would only be able to get them 2 at a time, depending on when I arrive here. Because once the clock hits 5 minutes, even if this is still full, it starts counting down again. And so that's why we caught it at such a short time. Okay, so timer's done, so we'll collect these ones as well, and then we'll get out of here. As you can see, it's a 5-minute timer. You could time it so you could run back and forth until you've got all 40. And there's no fall damage in the game, so I'm not going to wait on the elevator. I'm just going to jump down. We'll head back over to our little platform we built so I can put these plants in the storage because I don't want them in my inventory when I'm trying to collect other things. And yeah, that laser we're going to get is awesome. It will clean up these scrap piles so fast it'll blow your mind. So let's go over here, get our inventory, and let's move the seeds into our inventory. And in fact, let's put a bunch of this stuff in there that we don't really need right now. Organize our backpack a little better. Items of scrap will stack to 100, but some things won't. Some things stack less, such as like iron bars only stack, iron ingots only, or ingots period only stack to 50, and other items have different stack levels as well. Oh, we got a top hat. I'm gonna grab this. It'll let me, there it is. It'll give me 2 of them. They're now in our inventory. I'm gonna hit tab to lock the screen, and I will put on the top hat. There we go. Alright, so let's run up here. Push F again. This is all scrap. But I believe there's some electronic scrap over here somewhere. And I could be wrong. Plastic. electronics junk. This is what we were looking for. There's a basic capacitor. That's part of one of the items we need. Now I'm going to go down here and go to machines. Okay, so the only thing I need is a basic processor. Now I can hit my F button and leave my inventory open so I can see when and if I get one. There's no guarantee I will, but hopefully we'll get one before it get filled up. All just luck of the draw, really. There's one right there. Okay, so now we have the parts we need for that. We're also going to need power for it, so we're going to need some other items, small gears and large gears, but we can make that on the table. We could actually make most of this items, even the items we're looking for, on the table as well. Only processing this stuff is difficult, and without using a scrapper and some other machines, so it just shows you that you can easily get the parts you need if you don't have them available to you without building some sort of small factory or factory line using machines. So I want to start this over here. This thing has a door, so you can put a belt on it and feed it into a... You can feed it into a container or a machine. Rotating is R, so I'm rotating it around. There's my power, and there's my belt fed thing. I want it pointed in this direction. Next, I need to build a power pole or a power generator. I'm going to use the scrap wind generator. Wind generators work the best, in my opinion, so because solar disappears with dust storms at night, whereas let's see if we can get the things we need. Open up my thing here and see exactly what we need here. We need 5 small gears and 2 large gears. So we'll go down here. We need 5 of these. 1, 2, 3. Well, we got 2. And we're missing steel scrap, so I'm going to run back up here. Click this and craft some more. Then I'll scroll back down, hit small gears. Now we have 5 of those, and we need 2 of the large gears. And we need some more steel scrap. Couple more of those, come back down. Click on this. Boom, we have 2. Alright, another thing we're going to need is a way to connect those things, so I'm going to scroll down here to power cable, hit it. Okay, so we don't have enough material. Now we need copper and rubber scrap. I don't see any rubber scrap. There's the copper, so we need to go collect this some rubber scrap. And when we ran in this direction, I'm pretty sure I saw some rubber over there. This is all rubber right there. So we will start here and grab us some rubber. Okay. Now we can make it. Alright, so the power connector is right there. I'm going to put my wind power doohickey right here. There's, it's facing forward, so that'll be fine. Next, I'm going to connect them. And I want to be able to see both connections when I do this, because once I go into the mode of clicking on this connector, I won't be able to turn or move. I can move side to side, but I won't be able to see. There he goes. Alright, so now that he is on, I'll show you how he works. Now you can manually move the turret by pushing this button. You can also lower it down or raise it up. The thing I like about this is auto rotate. So I can push that button and move away, and he will automatically swing back and forth, and he will be collecting. And I can hit E, and I can see that he is grabbing scrap. Now if I really wanted to be cool, I could go to player, and I could make a large container, turn it this way, place it down. I can run over here. I can go to connections. I can make a scrap belt and put a scrap belt, connect it there, and then it will auto feed that stuff into the container, and because this has a limited number of slots, and now once it reaches full, it'll keep destroying stuff, but it won't collect it because it's full. By putting this on, it will, as you can see, it's plenty of slots. It'd have to fill this up and then fill itself up before it would stop, and that won't happen because it needs to be moved every so often so that it can actually continue to grab the things necessary. Now you're going to want to make adjustments to it, and I'm going to make one now because it's obviously not collecting that stuff that's a little lower than it is. I'm going to hit E. I'm going to hit the down button and see if we can get that stuff that's just on the slope right here. Turn it back on auto rotate again, and now it's starting to collect stuff again, as you can see. And so that's how that works. It looks like it's cleared all that, so now we're going to also E. I'm going to grab that stuff out of there so he's empty. And then I am going to use my laser, and I'm going to take him apart. I'm going to pick up my connector so I can reconnect at the new position. I'm going to leave that there. Now what kind of scrap? This is plastic scrap. We really want regular scrap at this point. So actually I'm going to go ahead and take out this. Get this to pick that up. And I'm going to move him up here so that he can collect all this scrap that's up here. So I'm going to machines. I'm going to put this guy down like right here. Actually, I'm going to put him over here. I'm going to rotate him so he's facing the junk. Like so. Next, I'm going to set up my power. Make sure that the Connector is going to be at least somewhat in the right direction. Yeah. I want to move this container. So I'm going to hit E. I'm going to grab the ore he made. F. Delete it. Now I'm going to go back over here. Let me see where he is. Where his little boxes right there. I don't know if we're going to be able to fit in here or not. But we'll give it a shot. Actually, point it in this direction. And that way I can shuffle the container from one side of this to the other. Go to connectors, grab a belt, connect the belt there. It's hard to see. Let's see if we can get it lined up. Yep, there we go. Now I'm going to connect this thing. Just going to be feeding stuff right off the bat. Okay, so remember we're going to go up here and make any adjustments. I'm going to hit auto rotate. And he will just go to town on these things. Now once he gets his lower items up, I will raise him up a little bit so that he can get some of that higher stuff. And I'll tell you, he can fill up fast. Alright, so I think he's pretty much got all the lower stuff now. We'll hit E and we're going to raise up the laser. Hit auto rotate. So let's see how fast he's filling this up. Alright, while he's doing that, run back over here. The next thing I want to do is make a bunch of these. I'm going to make 5 of them. And the reason I'm going to make 5, well, I mean 10. The reason I'm going to make 10 is because there's 5 seeds, and 10 would afford us to actually grow quite a bit pretty fast. Which reminds me, I'm going to run up top and grab some seeds, because we want to grow those things as quickly as we can. Be done with that. Oh, we got enough room. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we should have enough. Alright, so we'll open our inventory and we will collect these seeds. And there'll be another set available in a couple of minutes. Oops. That's not good. Which also reminds me, we need to make the charging station. We need some copper scrap for that, and we can do that on the bench. Scroll to the top, copper scrap, 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 5. Alright, so 5. Boom. I'm gonna put this down right here. Next to our workbench. Now we need another form of power for it. So we need small gears, copper scrap 2. So let's go collect some of our scrap that he has been collecting. We probably need to adjust him again. He's still collecting. I think. Maybe not. Alright, so I'm going to lower him down a little so he can get those things back there. So I'm just going to hit a tag. I'll rotate. Now he's going to be able to get that stuff set in the back there. I think. Yep. Now he would collect this on his own without me doing this, and the auto rotate it just takes longer because he's only doing minimal damage as he's scrolling by like that. So let's raise him up. Yeah, he's going way too far now. We just blew up our own. That's another danger. Not enough empty space. Let's go over here. Let's put this and this and this. Top hat motor in here. Let's go back here. Let's pick this up. Let's see if we can remake this guy. 5 small gears. Did we lose those? I guess we did. They must have got cooked, so we need to go make some small gears so we can repower this guy. Oof. That's the first time that's actually happened. But I kind of figured that if it came across, whatever it comes across, no matter firmly or not, it would destroy it. So, we're going to need 5 small gears. We need some more steel scrap. Hopefully we didn't just mess ourselves up with that. Yep, we need to go collect some more stuff from over here. Isn't this fun? There we go. Alright. Let's go get him back online. Why don't we put him up there? Get him out of the line of fire. Okay. Pretty much cleans up this area. Right. Is a medium-sized container. Oh, we still haven't put the power up for our charging station. We need to get that done. And pretty quickly. Let's find a place to put this thing real quick. Right, so last on our list for today is going to be to see if we can get these things installed. I said I wanted to try to do 10 of them. I have to be careful about how I do the power now because, as you know, what are we missing? Scrap steel. And it'll help us last a little while. So I'm going to spread these out because I want there to be room to put stuff in between them. So I want to spread them at least 2. So that is how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, and this will be 5. Okay, we're gonna build 5 more, only in the opposite side. But I want the power to be on the same as the middle. Okay. So, we're going to need to make some power outfitters. We need basic capacitors times 2. I think we have some over here. Nope. Let's see what we need to make those. Is it resistors we need or basic capacitors? Basic capacitors, right. I could swear we had some of those. Let's move that stuff over here. We do. Right. We're out of basic capacitors, are we not? Yep. Alright, but so this how this is going to work is I'm going to need to make some more connectors. What are we missing? Copper. Right, so how this is going to work is this one will connect to this one. This one will connect to that one. And this one will connect to this one. Alright. And then down here, we will put another one. Here we need to put the, we're going to be setting the, wait, that's 1, 2, no, it won't go here. So we can actually put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4. So right here in the middle, right here, we're going to want to put a humidifier. And it will go like right. It's hard to see, I can't tell. So we're going to need 2. So we'll put one humidifier here, which will take care of almost all of these. We may want to reconsider how we're laying this out, because this is an ideal spot for this, because this would handle all 4 of these. And if it was here like this, it could handle another 2. They're spread out so much, it doesn't matter, we'll use as many as we need. We're going to call it a day. I just wanted to try to get these laid out so I can start to figure out how I'm going to do this. I appreciate you watching. If you're enjoying the series or the video, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm trying to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark, and it's a lot of work, but I don't mind, and the subscription is free. Just hit the button for me. Also, if you want to leave a comment or a suggestion, don't hesitate. And hit the bell. You'll get notified when we do our next video. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next episode. Bye now.